Welcome back, everybody. This is TUCALOT UNCLAD. As always, I managed to stir up some drama. You know, I've been MIA, but I've been following, and we've had people with very extreme opinions and very touchy topics. So we're still talking about the LGBTQ, and you know, I have two people here with me. Let's hope that we don't have more drama. Let's hope everybody keeps it kosher. So on my left, I have AY, and on my right, I have a close friend turned brother. This is Noel. All right, before we go ahead, I just want to say something. I've been listening in, and I've realized that everybody who is talking about this scenario, the whole, you know, the gay, lesbian, and all that stuff, everybody comes from the religious angle. And why doesn't anybody consider any other angle? I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not trying to, you know, make little of, you know, your faith. However, why can't we consider any other angle, like the effect it might have on kids? If two men, for instance, are by the side of the road kissing, what a child, an innocent child who is actually straight, but, you know, grows up seeing these things every now and then, he can actually decide, okay, maybe I should try it out. This is the new normal, so I could try it out and I could keep doing it. So these are my concerns aside, you know, your religious faith. However, this is not completely about me. I want to let these two gentlemen touch on this topic. So, Noel, I want you to talk about it. What do you think about the whole scenario?
So what I think is, people should be allowed to express themselves in ways that they don't hurt other people. And I say this considering how we have been given minds, or we all have minds of our own, and our minds are supposed to function dependent on how we direct them. So this is how I look at the whole LGBTQI situation. It's that if it's between two consenting adults who are above 18, of course, I don't think there should be a problem with it. I look at sexual behaviors in terms of victimhood. So for two men who happen to be in love with each other, there's no victim. They meet, they decide to cohabit or fall in love or whatever the case is. And by the way, it is usually heterosexual people that hear same-sex relationships and the first thing they're thinking about is actual sexual intercourse. And I think that's really problematic, how heterosexuals only think about homosexuals in terms of sex. But that's an aside. So you hardly ever hear actual heterosexuals talking about same-sex people without talking about actual sexual intercourse. It just tells me how the minds of a lot of people are, you know, wired. And
but same-sex people, if they are same-sex,
it's about love. It's about love, actually. You know, you can't just say for every person who is involved with a man with a man, a woman with a woman, or a bi relationship, it's about sex. It does not have to be only sex. What if they're having conversations that are healthy? What if they are doing other forms of engagements, of interactions that are not just sexual? But I was going to make a point about something else before I said that. So I think that if you look at pedophilia, adults sleeping with children, there's a victim, the child, because they can't give you actual consent. When you look at necrophilia, you know what that is?
Yeah, the feces.
No, that's actually necrophilia. Necrophilia is people who sleep with dead bodies.
Cops.
And this is a thing. These are sexual behaviors we should talk about. There's a victim because...
the dead body is the victim?
Yeah. Can't give you consent.
Okay, that's
it's
funny.
About consent.
Okay,
it's funny, but it's true. It's not giving you consent. When you look at bestiality, the animals are the victims. No consent. But with actual gay relationships in human beings, there's no victim because it's between two consenting adults that have agreed to fall in love and be together. That's one. And then two, my other take would be how we want to hinge all of this on religion and law. And you talked about why is religion the only angle that we're coming from? Yeah. What I think is that religion as a concept is a facade. And this is my opinion. So to hinge your decision to not support gay relationships on a Bible is flawed because not everybody's a Christian. To hinge it on the Quran is flawed because not everybody's a Muslim. You see the nuances in this. So that's how I look at this. Then legally, and I'll use my context, Nigeria, where we are right now. It's funny because some 100 years ago, across the West, they used to stone people to be witches. They used to tie them to stakes and burn them.
Yeah,
100 years ago.
Yeah.
I feel like in another, maybe 100 years or even less, Nigeria gets to the point where we accept these things. I feel like we're channeling so much energy on irrelevances. For a country where there's a breakdown of basic infrastructure, what two people are doing in their bedrooms should not really concern us at this point.
Can I just vote?
No, what he said, this last part, some things are really insignificant when you look at the level of
the
grand scheme of things.
Just because of happiness, just because you think you want to be happy,
okay,
you go out there naked. Is it normal? I tell you what is good for these people. We need the collective potency of both Amadio and Shongu on these people.
So first of all,
they're not normal.
It's important for me to clarify
it's not normal.
that
you are very gay. We know you are very gay, and we know where you are coming from. You are very gay, very, very. Yes, now. Because tell me, I'm not even injured.
I've known him for a while. He's very straight.
You know him very well.
I think
you can vouch for him.
Not in the biblical term, no.
I think it's I think it's very, and I'm trying to be very appropriate here, I think it's below proper usage of one's mind to just cast aspersions on someone you barely know and say and assert that they are this or they are that.
Then why the support?
Because
of an aberration. Why the support?
Because I have a liberal mind. I'm concerned
liberal
about
mind.
People. I'm concerned about
and then
people.
you should go out there naked now because you have a liberal mind. That's because you're happy. You should go outside.
We are talking about
people. I'm not even concerned about the academic quality. What do you guys call it? LG what?
If you're not concerned about
I'm not even giving it a
okay. Sorry.
These people are
sorry. Let me come in. Let me come in here. There's something I need to say. It happened before, it's happening again.
What?
Where the people who are, pro-freedom, you can do whatever it is you like, you own your body, you're a consenting adult. Wait. 1 minute. The people who are pro-freedom, they back it up with actual facts. He's mentioned a bunch of things, bestiality and all that stuff. He's actually related it to the subject matter. But I notice, the people who are against it, they just come from only that.
Good enough, we have a law in this country. You go out there and get a man. It's 14 years for you.
Can you tell me what the law says?
No, go out there, get a man. It's 14 years for you. And you think you can just come. These are the kind of people you don't want your children around. Yes.
Right. So this is what I'm going to say. First of all, I think that if you are just going to sit down and cast aspersions on people, it means that you are shadow-minded, and that's not an insult. That just means
it's a compliment. I take it in good faith. It's a compliment.
So Nigerians are so concerned about what people are doing. Is sex the only thing that matters to people? Hold your government responsible. There are a bunch of other things that you guys are suffering from that you don't talk about. And by the way, I'm a very straight person. I'm very heterosexual.
I'm not doubting
that.
But
the reason why I'm saying this is because these are social issues, these are contemporary issues that we need to channel our energy into. In this regard, not in the level of where you're talking about laws. And then let's talk about the Nigerian law that says, it didn't say 14 years for gay relationships. It says gay marriage. You might want to do well by going to look at your books, look at your constitution.
Go there, see, show public display of love.
Oh, there's a bunch of guys.
No, show it.
What's happening to them?
Show it. This is, see, can I tell you this? Humanity is under threat.
Who's threat?
Yes.
Who's threat?
How can you procreate if a man go into a relationship?
Can I ask you a simple question?
How can men go into
statistics in the world?
Let me tell you this. Many of them are suffering from health issues. Imagine something as tight as this, a dick going into it, forcing its way out. And you think it's normal.
But that happens with women.
Women how?
To begin with, TJ, so this is what I was saying earlier. It is how the only thing that comes to the mind of heterosexuals, which I'm one of, is sex. See, making very funny gesticulations. It's sex. Have you thought about it? Just tells me that you are projecting your sexual deviancy on people who just want to be loved, who want to love and be loved. You are talking about the effect it has on population. I'm asking you, how many are we in the world right now?
There's
been World War I.
That's what.
There's been World War II.
So you want to reduce the population more? You just want to reduce the population more with this idea you're advancing.
I'm not
See, my brother, let me tell you this.
I'm supporting
Supporting them in what way? This is an aberration. This is a misnomer. And let me tell you, in Nigeria, we have a law. Good enough. Our leaders got that right. Even though we've not gotten other things right.
My opinion about lesbians, gays, bisexuals, transsexuals, and even intersex people is that they should be allowed to express themselves long as they're not hurting anybody. I look at these issues in terms of victimhood, like who is a victim? Is it between consenting adults? And who's an adult? Adult based off of the UN definition of an adult, someone above 18 years, 18 years and above, you know. So long as there's no victim, as it is in the case of pedophiles, people who indulge in that kind of sexual behaviors, then it's fine. Then the issue about how religion and most religious texts prohibits it and prescribes it, I would say if God, in all of his mercies, would wait for people who are supposedly bad to die and stand before him before he judges them and throws them in the lake of fire, like we are told, then who are we as humans to just judge people who are living their lives and doing their thing? So I would say that even though there are certain areas of this conversation that we might want to really look at and reflect upon and maybe make amends, the core area in our society, in our context right now, that pushes the narrative of perpetrating violence against them, that pushes the narrative of actually inciting hate, is what I stand against. I would never support anything that pushes for hate because no religion teaches hate. So if you are saying you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a Buddhist, Jew, or whatever you are, your religion doesn't preach hate. And you saying you don't support gay people and they should be killed and whatnot, is you preaching hate? So I feel like things would change eventually. My concern is the reason why I support gay people is because, one, we have a bunch of them that are getting killed simply because they've chosen to love same-sex people and whatnot. And then two, is because you can't just decide based off of your own bias how other people should live their lives, especially because since they're not hurting anyone. Those are my reasons why I feel like you should let people do what they want to do as opposed to just quoting the Bible or quoting the Quran or a religion you are not even so certain about, in the sense that if you were, I mean, for as a Christian that I am, chances are that if I was born into a Muslim family in, say, Pakistan or Iran, I'll be a Muslim. So religion is mostly a feature, a characteristic of our,
but religion aside for a minute, let's look at it from.
Well, that's because that's the only thing that they.
Yeah.
Have I talked about religion?
No, you have.
I've not talked about religion.
You have.
I have not.
You have. Okay.
I have not.
Okay. Well,
yes.
This is my own angle. What do you guys think? Okay, they can do what they want to do, but what do you think about our justice system actually putting them together?
Can I tell you this? They cannot do what they want to do. Just because I like going naked, does that mean I will go outside and be naked?
What's the fascination of people being
naked? No, you're talking about us letting
how
them be. We can't. We have laws guiding us. And I tell you this. And I tell you this.
What makes you think
See,
that?
And I tell you this.
If people want to have conversations like this,
it is clear. It is clear. We
Wait,
understand how the West is how the West is projecting this thing for us.
Do you know in Nigeria?
We're trying to have a conversation.
Do you know in Nigeria?
You were talking. I didn't interrupt you.
Somewhere in Southeast Nigeria.
Yes.
Up until recently,
yes.
and I'm just being careful with this data.
Yes.
Up until recently, there was something that they call widow husbands. A situation where a woman loses her husband, she's taken to go stay with another widow, and then the children they already had or whatnot, they raise the children together and they have actual sex. Nigeria, Kenya, I could show you documents if you want.
Bring it on. What I'm trying to say is this. The law is against it. I'm not even coming about religion.
So there's
I'm not talking about religion. Can I tell you? Can I tell you this?
All right, very, very heated session going on. Pretty weird though. I still stand by the fact that everybody goes the religious route when you are considering this situation of homosexuality and all the rest. We should first remember though that besides before we became all these things, we're first human beings. So that's why somehow I will stand with Noel on the fact that he's against preaching hate.
You said natural. Is it normal for a man with a man? Is it natural for men
Normal
to be
is
together?
relative. The word
Is it
normal
normal?
What's
Is it
normal to
normal?
me?
Is it normal?
Normal is a relative
Is
thing.
it natural?
How do you define?
Is it natural?
How do you define normal?
Is it natural?
One after the other, man.
Is it
How do you
natural?
Define, how do you define?
I'm
how
telling
do
you, is it
define
natural?
normal?
It's not.
Natural.
It's a total
Who says what
aberration.
is natural and what isn't?
And let me tell you, these are things that we should not even allow. We hear people come out with sweet talks like, let them express themselves. Men, it's wrong.
But Noel, I should come in.
Do you know that if, for instance, if your forefathers had engaged in this art, maybe you wouldn't have been? Yes.
Because my forefathers did.
They
Your
did.
forefathers did.
Oh,
Because
sorry.
it's
No,
not
from your
even-
own side. Probably they did. Yes, I can see it's running through the G. But that's none of my
everywhere
business.
across
Actually.
Africa.
That's none of my business. Everywhere across Africa.
Your history
Where?
books. It's funny how people don't take out time.
Which
to just
of your
study,
history? Let
to
me know
just
where you're
study.
coming from.
Well, you would have to pay me to tell you.
No,
I wouldn't
tutor
waste-
me.
I wouldn't waste my
See,
knowledge
please,
on you.
tutor me.
But what I'm
Tutor
saying
me.
right
Because
now,
I don't understand how you're trying to tell me that
do
gay
not-
marriage
Can I
should
tell
be
you that
allowed,
generally-
gay
let me tell
couples
you that
should be
generally
allowed
pushing.
because of
every
what?
person who says stuff, strong words like aberration. It is.
It's a misnomer. It's a misnomer.
Can I-
Excuse me.
yeah?
It
You
is.
are pushing,
It
you are
is.
pushing for violence.
I'm not. I am telling you, these people. I see.
You are
If for instance you're a
jail.
Christian, of which I know you're not a Christian, you just
How do you know that?
if you're advancing the view that okay, we should allow them, you're not a Christian.
Okay.
No.
But my problem is this. This is a misnomer. If they will need medical or psychological evaluation, let them get treatment.
No, let me say something.
We should not begin to say
let me-
that this
let me-
thing
let
is
me say
okay,
something.
it's cool.
Let me say
because
something.
it's popular, because it's the fast. I don't understand.
No, let me say something.
I
There's
will
normal, there's normal and there's abnormal.
Is it- is it
Let's
misnomer?
agree. Let's agree.
Is it
with that.
misnomer?
I think the reason why people come from his perspective is, for instance, a lock and a key. You know, two keys and two locks don't go. So I think they're looking at it. Besides the religious part, they're looking at it from the biological part. The way they are both created.
What we stand to gain?
No.
What
I'm
we
getting
stand to
somewhere.
gain?
I'm
What we
getting
stand to
somewhere.
gain?
I'm getting
Allowing
somewhere.
them.
But normal and abnormal doesn't necessarily mean bad.
It's a misnomer. It's a misnomer.
Okay, so
Anyhow
you are
look-
saying that
anyhow you look at
abnormal is
it-
bad.
Anyhow you look at it, these are things. These are things that should not be allowed in the society.
I'll tell you how
I'll
to
tell you.
balance out normalcy, in my opinion. And mind you, the views I'm sharing are just my opinion, based off of research. I like to talk from a place of knowledge. So if you're going to come at me and you're not talking from a place of knowledge, I'll probably just have the same respect I have for an earth one for you. My point is, how on earth would you say something is normal when normalcy is what you can trace back to history 100 years ago?
Obviously, from your
Is
side
that- is
from
that-
your side of history, your forefathers were all gay, so
it's not my
it's
fault.
normal.
It's not my
It's
fault if
normal.
you have not stretched your mind to read. And that's why I know what's funny about us. In our context, we shout, hey, kill the gays, slay them, burn them to the stakes. These same people will go and ride the tube in London and see gay men kissing or gay women and will not say anything. That's one.
They'll say culture.
They'll say culture. Do you
say
see the
culture.
hypocrisy in that? They'll see men kissing in New York and they will not say anything. Then they'll come to Nigeria and be like, kill them. That's one. Two, there's a double standard. And
I know of one.
I'm trying to really just hold myself.
Men liking women on women.
It is silly.
Men liking women
For
on
every-
women,
Who
and they
says
can't stand men on men.
who says I like it?
No, I say men,
No,
not you.
see, let me tell you this. We've allowed so many things, and we think is because
TJ,
the West
let me tell you
West
this.
is doing it is right. It's not.
Let me
What is
tell you
popular
this.
is not
A
necessarily
bunch
right.
of people, because of that figures are not throughout out there right now. There are a bunch of men who claim to be haters of gay people and all that kind of stuff, but they'll tell you, I wouldn't mind if it were two women. At least they have soft bodies. Do you see how shallow-minded that is? Do you see how
Seriously, I have sympathy for them. I have sympathy for them. To that extent, I think these people they need treatment. That's the sympathy I have for them.
All right. All I can say is, the temperature was just getting hotter and hotter, and at this rate, person will catch fire here. So, I think at this point, you guys have made your opinions clear. I'm not really going to touch much on it because it's quite sensitive. However, I am pro-freedom. I am pro-freedom.
We know where you
stand. Yes, no, I'm pro-freedom.
We know where you stand.
However, I am not too sure about the effect it might have on the up-and-coming generation. I feel like they should be able to choose and not be influenced into their choices based on what they what they'll see around.
You raise a boy child who will come dad, meet my boyfriend.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm on your
My
side
lover.
with this one. I'm on your side with this one. So
All right.
so there are actually two sides to it. And anyway, that's just my opinion. These are their opinions as well.
So my final take on this would be,
okay.
as someone who believes in
and I'd really appreciate if you just let me do this briefly.
Yeah.
For someone who believes in the teachings of Jesus Christ and someone who likes to call himself a Christian, even though I think that the word Christianity is really, really... Anyways, God in all of his infinite mercy would not judge people for doing sins. Like he has not really struck a magic wand to kill terrorists, to kill the ISIS guys, the Boko Haram guys, to kill even pedophiles. They have to be caught by the police. God is that merciful. You waits for you to die, then you come to him.
Then you're judged.
He judges you. This is God, like the baddest guy of
The
all.
overall.
You are a Christian. What about the story of Sodom and Gomorrah? I don't want to even go about religion. What about the story of
God? If God is that patient,
Sodom and Gomorrah? What happened?
who the bloody hell am
What
I to judge
happened?
people?
What happened?
That's my final take on this.
See, the truth is this. You want to claim religion, but you don't really understand the dictates of your own religion you profess. You don't understand it. Why is it that God has restrained his actions? After the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. Why? I'm not even bothered about a religion. I'm not even bothered about it. What I'm telling you is that is a misnomer. These are people that need help.
I'll need to
And people like you, obviously, obviously because of the society we are in,
unpack the word misnomer.
because of the society we are in, you cannot accept that you're a gay. But people like you are a threat to the society. People like you are a threat to the society and shouldn't be allowed. Kids shouldn't be allowed.
All right.
You anyway.
All right. Thank you very much, you guys, for gracing me with your presence and your opinion.
Like I have said, is a misnomer, is an aberration. It shouldn't be allowed in the society. And for me, I'm not talking about it because I just want to talk. Okay, because a man likes stealing, so the society should embrace this man. That's why we have prison for people who are different, who remain deviant to things that are supposed to be normal, going against the norm. All I'm saying is this. Don't kill them. I have sincere sympathies for them. If they need psychological help, medical help, they should get it. These are things that we should not even allow. People are coming from the point of history saying their grandparents were all gays. But listen, we all know in our African society, it's not even allowed.